The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 5. Wow, we are 5 episodes in, only 2 more episodes left, so let's talk about it right now. Well, hello everyone, welcome to Pop Culture Vortex. I am your host, Alex Pinto, and it is my privilege to welcome you to my channel. As today, as I mentioned, we are going to be talking about the 5th episode of The Last of Us Season 2. My god, I cannot believe that there are only 2 episodes left of this season now. It is insane. Like, I felt like the season is being gone by very fast now. It's only 7 episodes this season, but still. Like, wow. So, yeah, let's get right to it. But now, I will say there will be spoilers ahead. If you have not seen this episode, you have been warned. Now, before we get into this video, please hit that like button if you like this video. And if you want to show your support and see more content, hit that subscribe button. Alright, so let's get to it. What did I like about this episode? Well, obviously the performances. Let's be real. Let's just get that out of the way. Once again, Bella Ramsey and Isabella Merced is fantastic. They're both fantastic in these roles. You know, like their chemistry is so good. Obviously, we left off with them, you know, finally embracing each other. And clearly now they're together. And of course, last we left off, Dina's pregnant. So, like, that's going to be interesting going forward. And, yeah. So, yeah, this was very much a good episode. I thought it was quite a good episode. I still think it's better than season 3. It's not the best episode of the series, nor near, but still a very damn good, solid episode. I really did think of that way. So, obviously, they're trying to figure out a way to get around town without getting spotted by the wolves, and of course, finding Abby. So that seems to be the main objective this season. And yeah, obviously, Dina's the one mapping things out. Because they have that little interaction where, you know, Dina basically, in a nicer way, calls Ellie stupid, which, you know, I guess not far off, but I mean, she's not that stupid, but like, you know what I mean. But anyways, yeah, so like, you have some funny moments like that. Now, one of my main complaints about, of course, episode 3, which is my least favorite, you know, episode out of the whole series, really, is that Ellie seemed to be too jokey for somebody who's going out for revenge, especially considering that Joel was her father figure. Like, for her to go out for revenge for him, she seemed too jokey and lighthearted for my liking. Like, I would assume somebody who's going on a, you know, going out for revenge wouldn't be like all sunshine rainbows, all jokey. But I guess in a way, this episode kind of made it clear that only Dina right now can unlock that side of Ellie. I feel like that's the impression I get, is that Dina is the one that can unlock that aspect of Ellie. So now after this episode, we might even see more of that darker side of Ellie that we have been waiting for. We want the Ellie that's out for revenge, out for blood. That's what we've been wanting. And the ending of this episode definitely gave us that, and we're going to get to that in a bit. So Ellie and Dina, they're walking, and like Ellie asks Dina, like, do you want to go forward or do you not? Like, you are pregnant after all. In which then Dina kind of gives us a bit of her backstory, which I thought that was very interesting to know. I like that we're getting to know Dina more, and the fact that she also went through a similar trauma, because really the theme of this season is, what does revenge do to a person? Like that, you know, I guess that craving for revenge, what does it do to a person? Like, clearly it affected Abby, as in a way is affecting Ellie, and it once affected Dina. The fact that she saw a raider kill her entire family, and then she butchered that guy. I think that's what she said. She butchered the guy. She does kill the guy, and yeah, I thought that was a very nice moment for her to like share that part of her, like, because like she knows how Ellie feels. She knows that she knows how it feels to lose family, you know, and all that. So I thought that was very interesting. I thought that was a great thing to throw in there, and so that it kind of connects Ellie and Dina more than anything. So we see them try to sneak off. And, well, the thing is, they obviously know that this one path is empty, but, like, they wonder, why don't they inspect it? And the only real answer to that is infected. So, like, of course, once they say that, we know, oh, we're going to get some infected action. But not just any kind of infected. We're not dealing with clickers, regular infected, not even bloaters. We're getting the stalkers back. Oh, damn, it is the stalkers. Yeah. Yeah, of course, we saw a stalker back in episode 1, you know, the first ever smart infected. Well, now we get kind of an army of those, and that is bad. And Ellie's there trying to like get them off, of her. Dina's trying to like basically hide and all that stuff, but she can't. Those things are basically just way too smart. They're just flanking them left and right, and it's just an awesome scene. But then we get Jesse. Jesse comes in, saves the day. Now it's like, okay, wait, where's Tommy? Because like that was the big elephant in the room, was Tommy. Like, when is Tommy going to appear? Because in the game, Tommy was meant to go after, Abby for revenge before Ellie. But this one, they did the opposite. So now it is confirmed that, yes, Tommy did indeed come with Jesse, but they separated. And Jesse's ultimately the one that found them, and then we're going to rendezvous with Tommy. So hopefully we're getting that Tommy one-man army action sequence that we've been waiting for from the game. We'll just have to wait and see. So yeah, they're running off and they go into the forest, in which then they see the scars. Oh yeah, doing some crazy shit. They're opening up a person, which, damn, that was disgusting. Like the way they carved that guy's guts out oh god. Yeah. Let's just say that was quite nasty to watch. So, but then of course, they're spotted. They had to run away. There's Ellie, and Ellie separates from Dina and Jesse. In reality, there's not really much that I can say goes on, other than obviously the last half, but like, it is mostly Ellie and Dina trying to sneak off to go find Abby and all that stuff, and of course they run into some problems, like obviously I'm mentioning. And so yeah. So Ellie basically gets chased by those guys, right? She manages to lose them, but like then she kind of runs into wolves again. Okay, well, WLF if you will, a wolf. I guess they're called wolves, but whatever. And then, yeah, she does get chased from them for a bit. Well, at least the dog senses them. And then, she manages to find a little gap. However, that leads her straight to Nora. Of course, in the game, you would know that Ellie does some crazy shit to Nora. Personally, I don't know much about it, because considering that if you have seen my other videos, I did leave the game after Joel's death. So I didn't get far into the game. I've seen a few YouTube clips here and there. I know what happens at the end of the game, but I don't know everything that happened, so I don't really know what happened to Nora. But now I know what happened to Nora, at least in this incarnation of The Last of Us. So she finds her, she tries to get answers out of her, and well, thing is, she throws something out, I guess some sort of liquid, and she chases after her. However, she gets the attention of other, militia groups, like the army, and like they're shooting as well, but she's still going after her. In which then, Nora goes into the elevator shaft. She manages to go through another floor. Ellie follows her. However, then finally, the moment we have all been waiting for. The introduction of spores. Keep in mind that we were supposed to be introduced to spores in the first game. We never got it in Season 1. Finally, we got it in Season 2. Spores. And of course, Ellie just walking in there, no problem, as obviously she's immune. And then, Nora's like, you idiot, you got us both killed. And then, basically Ellie did her own version of bitch, please. And then, of course, it clicks to Nora's like, oh god, you're actually real, the immune girl. In which then she tells her that what Joel did to Abby's dad and all that, in which Ellie does not give two shits about what happened to Abby's dad. In which then, basically, exactly the treatment that Abby gave to Joel, Ellie's now giving it to Nora. She finds a pipe and beats the shit out of her with it. And she's just going like full rampage, just going ape shit on this girl. And that scene was great. So, yeah, that was really, like, what are my flaws with this episode? Well, I guess I'll say, still the jokey part was still there. Now, I wish they had toned that down a bit. Even the part when, Dina says, I love you to Ellie, and then, they have that, okay, whatever. Like, I mean, I understand I did say earlier that I don't mind it now. Like, I tolerate it more because I feel like Dina's the only one that can get that out of Ellie. But at the same time, I do want them to let's start darkening things up more. I want to see the darkest side of Ellie already, and finally we are seeing that. So yeah, I'm so glad we saw that. I do wish we had seen Tommy, though, as I do believe they have underutilized Tommy way too much. All right, like, that's always been the thing that's been bothering me for these last couple episodes. Like, I've liked this season, but Tommy's, like, I wish they had handled Tommy a little better. I'll just say that. I didn't mind the change they did to Tommy not being with Joel when he died. I didn't mind that change, but like the change of him not being the one to go after Abby first, that one I took a little issue with, personally. And, well, let's just see how things turn out with Tommy. Now, let's talk about that ending. So, obviously, after Ellie's beating the shit out of Nora, they then transition to Ellie in bed. In which I was like, as soon as you see that, I was like, okay, this is for sure a flashback. And then, sure enough, Joel walks into the room saying, hey, kiddo. Boom. Right there. There he is, the man himself. We are getting a flashback episode. That's what they tease in the preview for next week's episode. We are getting a full-on flashback episode of, Joel and Ellie. I guess we're filling in the gaps finally. That's what we've been waiting for all season, is the flashbacks. I do have one complaint, though, about that. I remember when Craig Mazin, I think it was, came out and said, we're getting 2 more episodes with Joel. Is this it? Like, is this count as one episode now? Because, so it's just, one cameo scene and then a full episode of flashbacks? Admittedly, I wanted more. I want more now. We don't know for sure. Maybe this doesn't officially count as one episode, as it was just one quick flashback cameo. And maybe he does appear in the finale. We'll just have to wait and see. So yeah, I wish we could see more Joel personally, but whatever. At least we see him, and we are going to get more of him, next episode, and I cannot wait. Now, of course, we do know that the game, the Last of Us game storyline, is not being complete this season, as it is going to go on. The storyline is going to go on for season 3, which, by the way, we haven't even seen Abby again. Abby, who hasn't been seen yet. We've seen her group, some group members of hers, but we haven't seen her personally. So it's going to be interesting to see if we do get one more episode with Abby, or they save her for next season. As for sure, she's going to be a central part of next season. She's for sure going to be a series regular, which will probably be controversial considering that one thing that people hated about the game was seeing her perspective and the fact that we actually had to play as Abby. So I wonder if that's going to be controversial, the fact that now they're going to dedicate more episodes with Abby. So that's going to be interesting. I cannot wait to see how the audience would react to that. So yeah. So overall, this was a good episode. I really liked the episode. I really liked the season personally. The only episode I was not really the biggest fan of was episode 3. But other than that, I think this season has been quite good. I think, let's put it this way, after Joel's golfing trip, I'm still watching the show. Unlike the game, because I tuned out after that moment. So, that's got to say something. I quite like the series a lot. I'll admit, season 2 clearly is not as good as the first season, but still a pretty solid season. I cannot wait to see how it ends. So, yeah, my predictions for finale. I do think we are going to get one more episode with Abby. I feel like we are going to maybe get them confronting each other. In which, of course, we know that in the game that does happen. They do confront each other, and then I guess Ellie has a fight with her, but she loses that fight. So I wonder if we actually do get that moment. I wonder if that's going to be the climax. So yeah. And then of course next season we are going to get the rest of the game. I do wonder if they are going to keep going after season 3. I wonder if they're going to go past Last of Us Part 2, considering that, Neil Druckmann, I think his name is, did confirm that he's not planning a Last of Us Part 3 game. So it's going to be interesting. Now, in terms of Joel, I do think that next episode will be the last episode we see of Joel this season. Now, whether or not... Now, I am wondering, are we going to get that ending flashback from the game where, Ellie forgives Joel? Spoiler alert, sorry. But, are we going to get that this season? Or are we going to get that next season? Personally, I think we're going to get it next season for the finale to see Joel one more time. And then that's how they'll wrap up the series. If they don't go beyond the game. So it's going to be interesting. Well, thank you very much for watching. I sure hope you liked the video. And if you do, once again, hit that like button. And if you want to show your support and see more content, hit that subscribe button, alright? I will see you all next week. Alright? And y'all have a good week.